Hello, I'm Paul Henshaw from the GEM Foundation. I'm here with Matteo Nastasi. We're both members of the GEM IT team, and we are presenting today the new Global Seismic Hazard Map, version 2023, and comparing it with the version from 2019. As you can see from this image here, the 2019 version here on the left is a lower resolution compared to the newer map, which is a higher resolution in 2023. Here we're showing the seismic hazard for Italy. We're using the map uses a new model of seismic hazard for Europe, including Italy. So there are changes in, for example, the south of Italy. You can go all the way across for me. Thank you very much. So we can see both a different resolution, but also different values for the new model. Perhaps you could zoom out a little for me, Matteo, and we can see also changes in Latin America, particularly in the northern part of South America. You can see, yeah, if you can zoom across a little for me, thank you. Yeah, that's fine. And now compare, we can see there are some interesting changes we want to investigate further in the north of South America, but also in China. We have a new model for China. Would also like to mention that we have Greenland is now part of the model, whereas in the original 2018 model, Greenland was not covered. That's courtesy of a new model provided by FM Global. So this new map will be shared with the community shortly, along with the risk maps and the exposure map. Perhaps we could show the exposure map, please, Matteo. Or let's go with the risk map since that's right here. Thank you. So the global risk map also released today and yesterday. We have 3 layers available on our interactive map portal at the moment. We have the average annual economic losses for the world, building losses, so the number of buildings that are collapsed or irreparably damaged, and average annual fatalities. All 3 layers are presented on a qualitative color scale. We also have a map of exposure. Once again, for the exposure map, we are comparing the original 2018 release of the exposure map with the 2023 release. Although the resolution of the grids is the same, in both 2018 and 2023, you can see that the resolution of the data, particularly in Africa, is much higher now in 2023. We have some significant improvements in the exposure models for Africa, for Latin America, and for various other parts of the world. The map viewer uses the software we call GeoViewer. We have used the GeoViewer for a number of different products and projects, not just for our own hazard and risk maps. We've also used them in the past for the Meteor project, a project financed by the UK Space Agency. In this particular map, we're again talking about exposure. Here we're seeing in Dar es Salaam, and we have a widget showing distribution of building costs, building counts, and built-up area for different types of building construction. We have, and the construction types are described using the GEM taxonomy. We have an explainer so that if you click on the icon, you can see the English language explanation of the taxonomy string. And we also have a glossary explaining the individual elements of the taxonomy string. Here we're talking about a moment frame. So we've also used the same map software framework for other projects like the one we performed for the Geological Survey of Colombia. Here we are showing hazard curves and hazard maps for Colombia. Clicking on a point loads the appropriate hazard maps. The maps are interactive again. It's possible to change the intensity type of the curves, and then scrolling down further we can see uniform hazard spectra for the same selected point. If we select perhaps one of the red points down here, the higher hazard, we can also see, if we click on the site profile, we open up a dedicated page with more information about that site, including hazard disaggregation results. So on this page we can see once again the hazard curves with an explanation in Spanish of what the curve is showing. If you can scroll down for me, please. Uniform hazard spectrum, again with an explanation and some table data, again interactive widgets to change the different types of intensity and other elements of the curves. We've also got disaggregation, contribution by distance, again with interactive widgets for changing the intensity types and the return period. Further down, contribution by magnitude, and keep going please. We have by tectonic region, and a number of additional maps for combination. This is a combination of magnitude and distance. So all of these, this presentation were designed by the Geological Survey. It's their hazard map, it's their data, and this is the way they wanted to present their data. We're using our software to help them communicate their science with their community in a way that works for them. Another application of our GeoViewer software is the GEM Atlas, where we are showing here that we have the 2019 hazard map, but with additional widgets to show hazard curves globally. So if we zoom in and click on a point, we can see hazard curves for the given point, curves on rock and on soil, PGA and two different spectral ordinates. It's possible to download these hazard curves in CSV format. We've also just recently been working on a variant of the Atlas, whereby rather than an interactive interface, we have an API that allows programmers to integrate curve data and system for interrogating curves with their own third-party software.